It is time for the biggest transfer of the No Haaland project. Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of the No Haaland project. Today, as you may have guessed it, I'm making the biggest transfer of this project and I'm bringing a very special player. But before that, let's go and see how my team did in game week 16. Spoiler alert, it did awfully. Only 3 players returned points and I had a goal and assist from my captain, which is the best thing possible because if it wasn't for him, it would have been even a bigger red arrow. Realistically, I lost around 50,000 places, something like that. It's not a big deal. I was 1 or 2 points away from the green arrow, so I'm not stressing a lot about it, but there are bigger issues in my side. First of all, there are 2 players that are now suspended, being Trippier and Fernandes. Both got on their 5th yellow card. Trippier conceded 4 goals, made a penalty, received a yellow card, and did nothing offensively. So -1, and now he is suspended for game week 17. Bruno the same, but he got 1 point because he cannot lose points for conceding goals. Johnston played against Liverpool. He was doing alright, but then he got injured. So now he is almost for sure out for game week 17. So there I have to look for a replacement maybe. Trent did nothing offensively, conceded a goal, but got 2 bonus points. So 4 points from him. He is one of the 3 guys that return points. Dawson, one-on-one with Nottingham Forest, pretty disappointing. Bowen lost 5-0. Saka lost 1-0. Palmer lost 2-0. The 3 of them did nothing, and Palmer received a yellow card. Watkins, Aston Villa won again, but he didn't do anything once again. But he remains into the squad because the fixtures are now turning a little bit for the better. They're a pretty good side, they're in 2nd place, so I believe in them, and I need an attacker from their side for sure. And Alvarez got an assist. It was a hard game against Luton for sure, and I'm happy to go away with a return. The biggest downfall from my side was that I did not own any Spurs players. Son, Poro, Richarlison, basically everyone scored some points. The Fulham side, everyone scored points from their defense to their attackers. I'm not owning any one of them. I'm not too sure that I will be investing in them because I have to sell maybe Fernandes and bring in Raul Jimenez, but that's the best thing that I can do, and it's not optimal for sure, so I'm not going to do that. The bright thing from that game week is that Turner returned 13 goals, so even though he has a tough fixture in game week 17, I may not use a transfer for the goalkeeper, but we will discuss that in a moment. Archer 2-pointer, so he would have been better than Palmer and Fernandes basically together, and Trippier could have gone much better against Spurs, and Cash would have gotten me 2 points more, but it is what it is. Let's be real, I was never benching Trippier. So yeah, that's the team for game week 16. Now let's go and see how my team is looking for game week 17, and I'm going to review the big transfer in no time. Now going into game week 17's team selection, as you can see there is a spoiler alert. I've made 2 transfers, or no, I'm making 2 transfers, and if everyone is fit from the other players after the Champions League and European League competitions, and if on the press conferences everything is good, I will be doing 2 transfers, and the spoiler here is that I will be taking a hit. I don't have 2 transfers right now, but I will be doing it because I want to attack the fixtures, and I'm not afraid to take hits because I just want to have fun. The transfer that I'm making is not for the goalkeeper's position. Here I'm playing Turner, he's playing against Spurs, he's going to get destroyed, but I don't want to waste money on the goalkeeper rotation. Right now I think it's not worth it. Maybe after this game week I will think about it once more, but for now I'm just keeping believe in Turner and in Johnston. If both of them did not play, I will be just without a goalkeeper, but that means that will be 0 to 2 points difference maybe, so that's not a big loss. So yeah, even if something else happens and for some miracle Turner finishes 0-0 with Spurs or they even beat them, Turner will get the clean sheet points, but I hardly believe that's going to be the case because Spurs is scoring basically in every game, so I'm expecting most probably a Turner safe returns or something like that. I don't care how, but if he gets 2 points, I will be pretty happy. Johnston, I will be benching him even if he's fit. I will be starting Turner because Manchester City are at home and they need points and they're going to destroy Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are just not doing too well. Mitchell is now injured. Eze is out still. There was one more injury in the game against Liverpool. They're without Ayu, who is on the red card. So it's pretty tough for them. So I'm expecting them to concede a lot of goals. So yeah, I'm putting Turner on, and now I don't regret it. I don't regret bringing someone that may or may not receive and concede some goals, maybe make some saves. I'm not sure, but I'm not wasting a hit on a goalkeeper. That's my rule. Basically, it's not worth it, at least in my opinion. It can wait one more week, and I will be doing it then. The budget is pretty tight, so I don't know how I am going to approach, if I am going to wait up until the Friday deadline to make the transfers or I'm going to do them early, but we'll see because 0.2 is pretty enough. The two players are going to rise maximum by 0.1 more each, and I don't see the players that I'm transferring out dropping in price, so I feel pretty confident that I will have the money to do the moves. So yeah, let's go and see the first move, and it's in defense because I have some issues there and I want to address them. And as you can see, the first player that I'm bringing in is Pedro Porro. Right now, he, in my opinion, is one of the best defenders, at least on form. He's taking set pieces, he's basically making assists every game, and when the clean sheets start coming from Spurs, he will get the clean sheet points as well. He's pretty close to a goal, so I'm expecting a goal scored soon enough. It's Nottingham Forest away, it's going to be tough. It's on Friday night, so it may be tough, but they may destroy Nottingham Forest and Porro will be involved 1000%. So I'm doing a transfer there. The guy that's leaving the team is Match Cash. As you can see on the bench, I have two non-playing defenders, being Trippier and Riley. So yeah, with the Trippier suspension, I'm going to just leave him there. And from game week 18 onwards, he will be back into the side. And Porro will fill that gap. The issue is that Matchcash is not nailed anymore in the Villa side, and he's nearing a yellow card suspension. Udogi is another option that I was considering, but he's also nearing a yellow card suspension. If by some miracle I don't have the money, I will be bringing Udogi, but with set pieces, with nailed minutes, Pedro Porro just is better pick, at least in my opinion. He's pretty expensive, so my defense is becoming more and more expensive, but that's why I have the budget to do so, because I'm playing without Haaland, so that means I have the money to basically do anything else in my side, and Pedro Porro is required, at least in my opinion. Trent against United. United are in shambles. Bruno is out of the game because he's suspended. Maguire got injured in the Champions League. Rashford is not in the group. They're just in shambles. They have so many injuries. I believe Liverpool are destroying Manchester United, and I believe that Trent will be involved for sure. So he's remaining in the side. Let's be honest, 8.2 for a player. He's not going on the bench. It doesn't matter what the game is. He's staying there and he's going to bring me points. And the last guy here that's playing is Dawson. I don't like to play him. If Trippier was in the side, I was going to play Trippier. But Dawson is ever present in their squad, so he's basically there. I'm expecting a goal return soon enough from Dawson because it's time for him to deliver this season. Let's hope it's against West Ham United, but let's be honest, I'm hoping for at least 2-pointer from him. Maybe one. I don't care. He's just a playing player that's there, and he has a goal threat from set pieces, so I'm pretty happy about that. And that wraps up the defense. The guy that's on the bench is Riley. He's just a bench viewer. I'm not doing anything with him. He's staying there, and he's not going to move soon enough. I don't need a fifth defender because now with Trippier being suspended, after that, after game week 19, the yellow cards will be nullified, so no one will be close to suspension anymore. So I will have my four defenders. I will be playing Porro, Trent, and Trippier almost every week as Dawson as a cover up, and I believe he is a pretty solid cover for that. So yeah, I'm pretty confident now in defense. So the hit that I'm taking is for Porro. Now let's go and see who is replacing Bruno Fernandes. I believe you have an idea, but let's go and review it. And here, without any surprise, the transfer is for Heung-min Son. I wanted him to join the team, and I was just hoping that he did not deliver against Newcastle so he wouldn't hurt me before I bring him in. But oh boy, he did. He scored a goal. He gave 2 assists. Perfectly fine, and he destroyed my rank. Basically, I don't care about the rank so much right now, but now I'm bringing Son. He is a strong captain option. Nottingham Forest away, he's now confirmed on penalties. Even though Richarlison is in the side, I believe Son is going to keep delivering. Don't worry if Turner concedes 4 or 5 goals. If it's Son or Poro involved, I don't care how many goals he concedes. So yeah, that's why Son is in the side. He's replacing Bruno. Bruno was a mistake, but I didn't have the money for Son then. And I was hoping that Bruno is going to lift up the Manchester United squad. Nothing like that. They were doing fine on the result side, but he wasn't delivering. He missed a penalty. He gave a penalty to Rashford to take, and Bruno was just a big disappointment. And it was a mistake of a transfer, but we always make mistakes and we learn from them. So yeah, I'm fixing that mistake by bringing in Son. Next up is Palmer against Sheffield United. I hope Chelsea finally bounce back and just destroy Sheffield, and Palmer is involved in some of the goals. I really hope so that's the case, because if not, Palmer is going to be another mistake that I made on the transfer front, but we cannot always make the best decisions possible. But Palmer is a pretty good decision penalty taker, seems like he's nailed, so yeah, Sheffield at home, it's a pretty good fixture. Next up is Saka against Brighton. Brighton haven't kept a clean sheet yet in the Premier League after 16 game weeks. So I don't see them keeping a clean sheet in game week 17 against Arsenal. They are going to score. Saka got rested in the Champions League, so he's going to be fine for the weekend. And Brighton is a pretty good side to play as an attacking side. And at home, especially for Arsenal, last season, Brighton trashed Arsenal at Emirates, but this season is going to be different, at least in my opinion. With so many injuries on the Brighton squad, I don't find them pretty appealing. And for me, they're going to do very good. Bowen against Wolves. It's a home game, so I don't expect a return from him, but he may surprise me. I'm believing in him. He is most probably on penalties. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe word prowess. I'm not sure, but basically he's a goal threat every time. He's playing as a sole striker right now because Antonio is out. So being a striker, having the chances to go on the counter even against Wolves, who are playing a pretty good football, are going to be high. So yeah, I keep believing in Bowen. There are big commissions in my squad. I don't have any players from Bournemouth and Fulham and Everton. Those are the 3 sides that are in best form from the low placed teams. But I don't know who to pick from them apart from forwards. And I have my forward slots locked, but that in a minute. First of all, let's wrap up the squad. The final guy here is Mohamed Salah, of course. He is the most pivotal player in the No Haaland project. He is not going away, at least not until the African Cup of Nations. When that happens, I may need to just take him out and bring someone else in, and just bring maybe a third strong striker, or just another, spend the budget elsewhere. Maybe put another Liverpool asset because they will need goals. We have to see, but it's going to be tough for Liverpool when they don't have Mohamed Salah. And then I will have a quick emergency plan to return him, because I will need him for sure, especially with the No Haaland project. So yeah, I'll be playing after Christmas without Salah and without Haaland. This will be very tricky, but I am step by step preparing for those situations, and I'll be ready for sure. But now let's focus on the week up ahead of us. It's Mohamed Salah who is most probably going to be the captain. As I said when I discussed Trent, United are in shambles, their defense is in shambles, their attack is in shambles. I see Liverpool destroying them by a lot of goals, and I believe Salah will be involved as always, so he's most probably going to get the armband, but we're going to confirm that in the next section. Now let's jump and see how the forward line is looking. Before discussing the forward line, if you feel my content is helpful and you like me as a person and as a content creator, please show me your support by liking the video, leaving down a comment, subscribing to the channel, all the good stuff. Now let's focus on the forward line. It's Alvarez against Crystal Palace and Watkins against Brentford. City need points. Aston Villa are in good form, so I don't see any reason to swap up the strikers now. Next week, game week 18, Alvarez will be missing the game for sure, so then I may deploy Archer or even play Trippier and the 4 defenders together. I'll have to see how I'm going to approach it, but for now, Alvarez remains in the side and he will remain up until I have a reason to remove him. For now, I don't have to. He is now the striker in the Haaland's absence. It's rumored that Haaland will return after the World Cup with the injury that he's having. So for game week 17, Alvarez is a pretty strong shout out for a good performing player. That's why I believed in him, because I want a City player, and it's a very, very good place to start with owning Alvarez. Watkins, even though he is far better at home, I expect him to deliver me some points. Even if not, he is a stronghold because they are a pretty good side, and I don't see myself placing anyone else in that position. He's nailed, he's playing 90 minutes, he's always terrorizing the defenders, he's fast, he can do everything, so yeah. Watkins remains in the side. Archer against Chelsea is on the bench. He's the only player that's going to be playing from my bench, most probably. So yeah, it's a little bit tricky, but I'm going to sacrifice some bench stability for having just a better squad here. And yeah, that wraps up the team selection. I hope you enjoyed it as always. But for now, guys, I'll be heading out. Bye.